In a movie like WALL-E, there are about 1,500 shots, and each one of those shots has a lot of people working on it. If one talented artist were able to do all the work and all the shots on WALL-E, it would take them 442 years.
So the first thing I do in the morning is give Andrew his dance card for the day. Dance card is a schedule of all the reviews that he'll have to go to for the entire day.
On an average day, assume I'm making a decision every 3.5 minutes.
I wrote the scene initially for these shots, and even though there's no dialogue, I actually have to describe where it is and what's going to happen in it.
This shot began with a simple color script idea. We explored many different options for the look of the world, but the color script was the thing we kind of decided on.
There was one production designer, 3 art directors, and at least 7 to 8 more artists that worked on just this section of shots.
Originally, when I drew this sequence, WALL-E crushes over his cockroach pal. You know, we're freaked out that he crushes him, but, you know, cockroaches are resilient, and he was fine, and it was just setting up their relationship on his day.
I was the one who built this shot for the first time in the computer. I chose a really long lens, a 75mm lens, so that although we see a lot of the city, it feels very compressed, it feels uncomfortable, and WALL-E feels sort of lonely but oppressed by all the buildings that trap him.
I animated WALL-E driving away, and I animated the cockroach.
Back in 1987, I went and recorded Niagara Falls from every possible perspective. And from a distance, it has a very nice windy sound, which is used for the wasteland as WALL-E drives away.
Here, shaders added color and dirt to the truck and the freeway. We added windows to the buildings in the background and just basically covered the set with filth.
I made the model packet for this lamppost, and that one too.
The set dressing department basically added all the bits and bobs around each of the service vehicles along the freeway.
So there'll be a whole library of plastic trash, there'll be a whole library of metal trash and wooden trash, and then I can pull from that library and scatter them all around the base of the vehicles.
After the shading and the set dressing is complete, I'll go in and add details such as WALL-E's tracks and other car tracks that will show the history the freeway.
Here we added atmosphere and a sense of morning light to show this dirty, dusty environment that WALL-E is going to work in.
As WALL-E drives away, he kicks up dust that results from an effects rig that I put together. The fluttering paper you see here, that's effects too.
Sometimes we see intermittent trash floating through the background that turned out that people found distracting, so we would get rid of those.
That's just some of the people that worked on the shot, and that was only one of 1,500 shots in the film. Each individual makes a contribution that is unique. For example, Jay Schuster, our character designer of WALL-E, spent months and months and months refining each detail to create a perfect character.
I spent a lot of time thinking about WALL-E and how he might compact garbage and the mechanisms and kind of the system that's involved with that whole routine.
We had to come up with inventive ways to scale down all of the panels that were inside of WALL-E so that he could have a lot of empty space inside of him for trash.
Animation acting-wise, this is not the most complicated scene. It's fairly straightforward. It's just showing what WALL-E does on a day-to-day basis, who he is as an appliance. He's a trash compactor.
The sound of the trash being compacted is the sound of a car being crushed at a demolition yard.
I shaded this tiny cockroach here, and because we didn't know if you would see him close up or far away, we put a lot of detail into him that you may not see.
The bra gag came from his eyes being so huge and googly, I just wanted to cover them up with something, and I thought it would be hilarious that he covered his eyes with this eye patch chiz.
I animated him picking the bra up out of the trash, and I had to make sure it would look like a bra would actually feel if it was sitting on a robot's eyes.
This is a D-cup.
I am the character modeling and articulation lead. It's a big, important title, and I made this teeny little igloo cooler.
Okay, how many people does it take to make a shot? Basically everybody in the crew. That's hundreds of people.